Welcome back. Welcome back. So I'm walking home talking to myself, and I'm thinking about a lot of the things that I say, and do, whatever. And I noticed something. I always keep saying this ninja. Shout out to my ninjas. And I realized I really am a ninja. I'll explain it. Although ninjas learn how to fight, put people down, they learn how to go through excruciating pain and suffering, because they're going to be hiding in the shadows. It's not really fun hiding in a tree or something, or hiding fucking, it's cramped in a fucking corner somewhere in the bushes. It takes endurance to do that. It takes being able to take a poop right where you are, and you get limited space to do anything if you want to get the job done. See, that's what ninjas have to endure. Most of ninja training is suffering training, because one, you're going to be out there in the elements. And the main job of a ninja is to gather intelligence. You're never even supposed to engage in battling. See, when you actually study ninjas and shit, you realize they were spies. Because ninjas wasn't created from some super group or some fucking warrior class elite or some fucking... It was farmers that got their ass whooped. And they said, oh yeah? Oh, okay. Well, now, since I'm really good with this fucking stick in this ho-ho, and it has a big-ass blade on it, I'm going to start using it on your head. And the other one said, well, I'm good in the field with this sickle. And I know how to swipe a sickle so fast, my arm shit is quick. I'm quick. You know what? If I swung this at somebody, I wonder if they can keep up with me. Because they got swords and shit, and this has a hook on it. I wonder if I could use a technique like hook the sword and throw the sword away, because I have a double-edged blade, and all I do is hook it in and just swipe down, and then their whole hand comes off, and they're disarmed. And that's very simple. I don't have to be some elite soldier, because they took what's mine, and I want it back. And this is the real game. You're not just we're gonna get Goku powers. You're gonna fade them all back, 300 style to 1,000,000. You're gonna get wiped out. So they made up the thing called ninja, Gather intelligence, learn how to endure, just in case they crush your fucking ass to death anyway. Some of you can run in the world and you can survive, and your bloodline will still live on. Because the first rule of being a ninja is learn how to win a fight without fighting. That's master ninja shit, because you don't get seen. If you're getting information and you're spying on people, if they don't see you, then you don't need to fight. You get it? So then you've won. Because once the intel gets to the thinkers, people start thinking of things. Now, what I realized, without learning all the fucking crazy techniques, like the actual combat, and I'm going to throw shurikens, I'm going to throw ninja stars, and I tried when I was little, but, always been broke, so... What's going on, man? Never been able to really get in those type of trainings. I tried, but, But what I did realize is all the other things I watched in the movies and the things that other people told me and the book said, why can't I train myself how to hold my breath underwater? Why can't I train myself on the elements? I can go outside without a jacket on. Why can't I have incredible endurance by just, jogging? Walking to the store for everybody, always being the guy that'll go anywhere for anybody for anything, because they're really being used to gain my endurance, so I can always be miles miles ahead of people if I need to be, you know? In case someone's following you around and shit. You can speed up, slow down, and, go for a nice hour walk. And these fucking people are not used to walking for 5 minutes. Everybody's in a fucking car, And it's hard to follow somebody when you're in a car. They can actually remember, this car keeps passing me with the same fucking guy in it. This is suspicious. I can see him. First rule of spying is don't get seen. The less you can be seen, the more you're doing your job. But I've realized, going over like certain things in this year, last couple of years, and majority of my life, I've avoided so many fights because I was smarter than the opponent. It takes a lot to be able to do that, though, because if it doesn't work and you have to get busy, well, you better actually have that training to either win or get beat the fuck up. That's the great thing about having endurance and you don't have strength. You can get beat up a lot, like kick ass, and just keep coming back. And then one day you figure out, what if I stop them from the blows and just absorb, learn how to take the blocks? I don't need to fight at all. I need to know how to block. I need to know how to block, and I need to outlast them. Because as soon as they get tired, their body physically cannot defend itself. And then you let all out all the energy you have. You don't need skills then. They can't lift their arms up as good. Their legs are wobbly. They're breathing hard. And with the things that I did learn about fighting, most people want to show off. Anybody wants to show off. They want to box. They want to use the technique, like Bruce Lee said. Whatever style they get trained on, they want to make that style, that thing, themselves look like the shit. So, they start doing all this extra shit. That's what got them tired in the first place, And what I realized about this new thing I'm about to make up my own fighting style. I don't know what to name it yet. And it's like weird. I don't know how to teach this. Because you have to learn mad other shit before you even... You have to learn mad things before you actually even learn how to fight. You gotta learn how to fight in the techniques that I learned from other masters. None of the techniques of fighting is mine at all. None of this information is mine at all. I'm like Bruce Lee, I realize. See, that was one of my greatest teachers in martial arts, learning off him and studying him. I didn't realize, though, this fucking guy was teaching me philosophy and the cheat code to life. For some people. Some people are lucky enough they get to be traditional and they get to have one style. And that works. Because where you're at and what you're going to go up against, that's all you need. Other people need a little bit of everything. They need so many little bit of, like, not a lot of the skills. No, you just need a little bit of everything. Like that thing they call jack of all trades, master of none, That comes in handy when you go up against people that think traditionally or physically do things on schedule, one way. Because when you come at them in all these other ways, they have no idea how to defend against that. They never had to. No matter how strong or great someone is, if you go up against an offense or a defense you never dealt with, you automatically have to take time to figure it out. You don't get time to figure out how to beat somebody in the middle of a fight. You gotta have that Goku intelligence. Like, Goku does that. In the middle of the fights, he's fighting you and figuring out how to beat you at the same time. They make it look like Goku's stupid, but no, the old version, the old shit, Goku was the greatest strategist fighter ever. He was equivalent to Batman. He only beat every opponent because he figured out their weaknesses. They were always stronger than him. Oh yeah, like Batman. Only when he unlocks Super Saiyan does he start more relying on power than his brains, but he always figures out how to beat somebody. That's one thing they never show about Goku. Every Goku fan a lot of Goku fans, not all of them. They really think Goku's just the greatest fighter because he's like the greatest fighter in his heart, and Goku is not that nice, and Goku is not a dummy. He at war, strategy, and fighting, he's a fucking Da Vinci. He's a fucking genius. Once you anyway, so having a cartoon uh, person like that to look up to, that all Goku's moves are somebody else's shit. Goku don't have no original moves. The Kamehameha is not Goku's. It's his grandfather's. That's not really his grandfather. Everything he does, he got it from someone else. But you know what that he can do that no one else can do? He can do that. He can do everybody's shit, and everybody else can't do everybody's shit. You know? See, that's why Goku's the one. It's not because he's better or stronger. He's smarter, and he figures out how to use everybody's shit to the best of its ability with his thinking strategy. So when he goes up against stronger people, they're usually brutes that do it one way. Their strength. They come with strategies the more you go up. We won't disrespect the bad guys or the adversaries. This ain't even about bad or good and evil. This is about fucking just reality of life. People do things and fights happen. You both could be good people. Have a nice drunk night, When you find out that you're hitting on somebody's girlfriend, next thing you know, fucking smacks are thrown, water's thrown around, and you're fist fighting in the parking lot over a girl that you was with for fucking 3 months, but you knew your boy for 12 years. You niggas need to stop it. You niggas need to stop it. Get some help, like Michael Jordan said. But seriously, I realized I really began to master the art of fighting without fighting. And then the most devastating weapon that I have is the Lord, because he does the fighting for me, you know, for the ones I can't take down. So, you know, and then like all the power boost he gives people, like in a story, dudes running for mad long, dudes being at the end of their rope and have no strength left, and he gives you that extra boost, you know? Things like that would really extremely help in a fight. You deplete, he depletes, but you're praying to your God inside your head during the whole fight, like, give me strength, I'm losing. What are you doing? I'm about to lose in the name of you. I know I don't mind losing, but you don't take losses when people fight for you. They don't lose because then you lose. And you don't take losses. So you need to shoot some extra of that most high power over here. I need a boost. I need a Zenkai boost. I need a Kaioken, times 10. You know? And a lot of people have seen that through the years, Adrenaline can make that happen for you. But that's usually in the beginning of the fight. What makes that person have that extra boost at the end? What makes someone get damn near... You ever see a good UFC fight and someone get hit so hard, you're like, oh shit, it's over. And then that guy goes in like a shark to fucking blood in the water. He's pummeling. and they swinging, and they swinging, and then the other guy just hits him with one good punch, and the other guy that was perfectly fine drops to the floor, and it's over. The fight's over, and you're like, what the fuck just happened? That's the classic end of a fight. You get hit real hard, they stumble back, you could see the fight's knocked out of them, and then this nigga recovered in 5 seconds and just threw a random fucking perfect hook at the right time. And what the fuck is that? You know? What makes a man be able to do that? Why can some men do that but not all men? Even though all men can do it. Because it could be done, you know? Maybe it takes the right opponent. Maybe it takes the right amount of drive, or the I don't care about dying right now. I have to win now. This nigga just, maybe it's one of those things. I don't know, but I know I seen that in a couple of UFC fights where I literally, if I was a betting man, I would have lost my money. You know. Anyway, I'm glad I learned the art of the ninja as a kid. Studied here and there, looking up videos and shit, because I can't really say I study anything. I just look up shit repeatedly and actually write shit down and then do it, and then lose the notes probably or something, But you can train yourself. Having a phone is a very good thing. For my wolves and ninjas, learn how to protect yourself, the best way you can. But always walk away, because that wins the fight. That's one of the greatest lessons of the ninja. Winning a fight without winning. Walking away from one, you've won. A lot of people get into a fight and don't even realize that other guy hates your fucking guts. He doesn't care about winning. He just wants to fight you. He thinks he could beat you. He probably could, or he probably can't. But either way, he's a moron. That's what he does. You lose the fight when you fought, because that's not what you want to do. So if he can get you to do what he wants you to do, then he has control over you. And if you cannot make the fight happen, then you have control over him, because he wants to fight. Oh yeah, I forgot. Solomon said something about that. If you control someone's emotions, you control them like a puppet. You know? So, I don't know, I think I'm going to take a break on YouTube for a little bit. Everybody's blocking my shit anyway. I think I'm about to start writing things down or something. I'm about to get back into writing things and thinking about things and how to figure out. I want to be like Bruce Lee now. I want to be Bruce Lee now. I want to make my own fighting style. Fuck rap. I mean, that's going to help, because that's a part of it. You got to get your word game up. You got to know how to do spectacles, so you can control their emotions. you know? So, my fighting style is definitely not even going to be obtainable for like 80% of people, because 80% of people refuse to learn anything. And you have to learn a bunch of stuff. And the hardest ones, I would say, is the laws of God, because, once you need him to fight for you, well, if you don't do all his rules and all the things he needs you to do, he ain't going, you know what I'm saying? And I know for a fact the only reason I don't be losing, or I get away, or I get to walk away, is because of him. I be ignorant. I just be ignorant sometimes, and I don't give a fuck. I know I could beat this nigga. And the Lord be like, sit your ass down. Go smoke. Go write a bar. Go write about it. Go write about it. Watch what happens. See how powerful your brain is then. Mixed with me. All love, all praise to the Most High.